Right. Go.
Welcome to the Virtual Rekt podcast, where we do great intros. Yeah, welcome to the podcast, everyone. Today,
I actually put some
joined...
techno music over you for that little bit of the intro as well.
We are joined by myself in the VR, obviously. We've got Mac in VR, and we have Power on VR as well. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, good. Very good,
mate.
Excellent. And as always, what are you drinking and what have you been playing? Let's start with Mr. Shuey.
Mr. Shuey. So I drank more than my fair share for a few weeks on Saturday night. So I'm back off of the alcohol again at the moment. I'm just on my little tangos, my little berry peach.
Very manly.
Yeah, very manly. It's actually like you can't see it, but the liquid is even like super pink. So I'm happy about that. What have I been playing? So I have been playing a lot of Ghosts of War, which I won't go into because we're going to talk about that in a little while. I've been playing. So we had a bit of competitive banter over the weekend, which at WASD, which I'll be talking about later, specifically surrounding what's it called? Zombieland Headshot Fever. So even though I own it on PC and on Quest, I went and rebought it on the PSVR 2 specifically so that I can see the scores of people like Gamertag, like John Hibbins, like Scorpio, and see how much I can smash the shit out of their scores. Now, here's the thing. John Hibbins, who, for those of you who don't know, he's the CEO and owner of Cytec Games, who created Windlands and Windlands 2.
Excellent.
I've managed to beat every one of his scores on my first playthrough of each level apart from one, and I spent an hour trying to beat his score because he was like 80th in the world or something. I think we persuaded Buck 3131 to buy it as well, so hopefully he'll be joining in, seeing if he can beat any of us. But yeah, that's sort of been my big plays. I've played a little bit of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, which, unlike I was expecting, I've actually been really enjoying. And I think that's about it, other than a little bit of Pavlov here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, that sounds about right. What about you, Mac?
I've got a cheeky little Merlot.
Is it the red Mac juice, right?
This is the red Mac juice, yeah. So I'll probably end up with drunken Uncle Teeth by the end of the podcast. I have been really, really boring in the past 2 weeks because I have played practically nothing except Gran Turismo 7 on the PSVR 2. Played a little bit of Pavlov with Shuey the other day. But basically, that is about it. I've just been totally absorbed with Gran Turismo 7. I did a video on Automobilista 2 versus Gran Turismo 7, which actually came out at 6 o'clock today. So I spent the last 5 days making that video, so nobody's going to watch it because that's usually what happens when I put a lot of time into videos. Yeah, I can just churn out a shit video in an hour and everybody watched it. So that's basically what I've been playing on my Fanatec GT DD Pros, getting a lot of use. I've used it on PC to play Automobilista 2. That was really good. It really worked well. That's about it, really, for me. Been quite boring these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much the same. The usual special see-through water and
vodka.
Compared to the other types of water that are non-see-through.
Alcohol. I've been drinking this alcohol gel. It's pretty good.
Just spraying some of that in the water, right? Because then you just sneak it anywhere.
Exactly. And all I've been playing really is Ghosts of War the past 2 weeks.
Yes, you have.
I haven't touched any other game. That's all I've been doing.
What, literally not a single other game apart from Ghosts of War?
No.
Well, no, because
Wow.
he's been streaming like 3 times a day for 3 hours.
I
each
had
time,
noticed
so-
this, which is actually insane. Like, that is way, way too much streaming.
Yeah, it's just the I don't know. Like Walking Dead, I was playing with Walking Dead quite like all the time. And then I just said to him, I go, you might as well just start streaming it, mate. He's like, no, can't be bothered with that and whatever. Then something changed his mind. I can't remember what it was. And then, he just started streaming it as well. So we've just been streaming that together, to be honest.
I was really gutted. We did that night. And I knew it was going to happen where we were like, right, let's see how many people we can have in a raid. Okay, we can only have 3. We had like five of us, I think. Maybe 6, because it was who paired off?
Yeah.
So it was me, Taz, and HB Program were in one team. And it was you and Fitz, or was it you and Walking Dead?
No, I wasn't in that. I came on after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was Fitz and
Yeah.
Walking Dead. That's what it is. So basically, the good people went one way, and the shit people went the other way. And we had, it didn't pan out particularly well.
Yeah.
Is that because did you run into Fitz and Walking Dead, by the way?
No, we
Because-
didn't. I did
Oh,
check it
right, I
each
see.
time to make sure, like, when we got killed, whether it was like them or whether we killed them. And no, at no point did we run into Walking Fitz, as Taz has just put on there.
Yeah, probably a
Yeah.
good job, because like the Walking Dead and Fitz would just be basically The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that game would be great. Once they do like private lobbies, I think that'd be brilliant. You
Wasn't
can
it,
set up your own-
Wasn't it like 2,500 players at one point?
It was over 3,000 yesterday.
Yeah, wow, that's
Over
incredible. That's really good.
3,000.
So
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
yeah, because they had loads of Quest 2 issues, and I think they're slowly sorting them out. There's still the audio thing where most Quest 2 players, there's a delay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really bad, like a minute or so. And that kind of takes away from the whole point of the interaction with random people as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd hope they get that fixed ASAP as well.
I was watching one of your streams where you ran into that really nice Aussie guy.
Yeah.
You were like giving him loads of stuff, and he was like being dead nice, and he was like, "Oh, this is really nice. Everybody else I've met has just tried to shoot me," and you were like, "Yeah, here, have all this stuff." And as he walked away, Walking Dead was going, "Should we shoot him?" And you were like, and I was like, you can't shoot him after being so nice to him. And then you were like, it was like in your head, you were like, I'm going to shoot him. Where's he gone? I'm going to shoot him. Where's he gone?
Yeah, Walking Dead.
Just a bad man.
He's twisted. He makes me kill innocent people. He really does.
He's like a cult leader.
There was this kid yesterday. He goes, look, my friend got killed. My other friend's really scared. He's over there. And then Walking Dead just killed him, and then went in to kill the kid that was scared. And it's so messed up. He was so scared, he pulled the gun out and blew his brains out before we could actually kill him.
Wow.
I was watching one of your streams, and there was this. You walked into this room, and there was a noob who was obviously just stood with his back to you, and he was like doing stuff, and you were like, he must be a noob. And then Walking Dead just was like, he just
I was actually
away.
like we meet people when we go back. I'll go back and give him a backpack. That's one of the things that happened. And I've held the backpack out like that, and then before I could even give it to him, all I just saw his body just get taking loads of bullets, and just looked at Walking Dead. I was like, you really need help. But yeah, man, he started. He got 100 subs in a week, so that's really good.
That's
Oh, that's
insane.
good, yeah.
Like
That's
like,
crazy
don't get me
good.
wrong, Walking Dead. There's nothing against you, buddy. Like 100 subs in a week from just doing streams is insanely good work. So
It
well
is.
done, buddy. Congrats, you're pretty.
Yep.
Like you deserve it, mate.
I'll talking about subs. So you'll know this, Shuey, because it'll probably happen to you. So I was getting close to 15,000 subs. So my channel was 3 years old on Friday. That was March the 31st. That was my 3rd birthday. And I was quite close to 15,000 subs. And I was like, oh, for a bit of synchronicity, it'd be nice to hit 15,000 on Mac and VR's 3rd birthday.
Yep.
So I was like sitting there watching my sub count like this, as you do.
No, as
So
you
on-
do.
I do. On Friday, this is honest to God's truth, right? So I put about 500 subs on a month. That's my average at the moment. Friday, I put 2 subs on. Right. So I was 3 short of 15,000. Saturday, I put 3 on. So I got to 15,000. Today, I put 30 on.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
seems
it's
that when you
mental.
get to like a sort of, you get to like a milestone, it just goes, "Ugh."
Watched pot
just
never boils,
stops.
mate.
I know. Yeah, it was probably my fault for sitting there going, refresh.
Oh, the thing is, right, is
Yeah.
I haven't played Ghosts in like 4 days, and I've just seen my Steam pop up saying that the coffee roaster has just jumped on, and I'm like, you absolute bastard! All I want to do is play Ghosts.
Go to boy, yeah.
Strangely addicting, that game.
But yeah, no,
I'm-
congrats, man. Like 15k is obviously great.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers, mate.
3
Thanks a
years,
lot.
5k a year. That's not bad going, man.
Well, in my defense, it was 1,000 in the first year, 5,000 in the second year, and 10,000 in the third year. So
So actually, I'm
things
sitting roughly at
Yeah,
your
yeah.
sort of milestones then at this point.
You are, yeah. So you should hit 10,000 in before your first 2 years. Then that's what I think.
I'm
looking at your
past my
channel.
no, I'm past my first 2 years at this point. I'm 2
Oh, are
years,
you?
2 years and a month, I think.
All right, okay.
I don't even know where to start because I was streaming fucking PSVR 1 stuff. I just took it all off my channel years ago. I don't even know when I started, to be honest. I could check, but yeah, I mean, indie VRs when I started doing more stuff. Before that, it was all Population 1 shit. It was a waste of time, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
It was
when you were
great.
surgical, isn't it?
Yeah, it was great making the videos. The games are good, and the editing and all that shit. I spent ages doing it, but growth of a channel, sticking to one game is,
Yeah.
unless it's current, like to Ghost of the Ball at the moment is pretty popular, right? So if I put a few videos up for that, and that's got me subs and obviously streaming. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to mix it up. You have
Right,
to mix
can
it
I,
up.
Definitely.
while we're talking about like streamers and subs and all this crap, right? I want to point something out, something that I tried to point out over the weekend to a certain someone, who
Are they in the chat?
may or may not be in the chat. And right, so this is important, okay? Because people like Walking Dead and people who are just starting need to fucking hear this, all right? Yeah, okay, so he may or may not have just commented. Okay, right, so this certain someone who may rhyme with Tuck
Fuck.
2121. All weekend, right, I kept hearing him say the words, but I'm a nobody, right? Everybody fucking knows Buck 3131.
Of course they do.
Everybody in the VR community knows Buck 3131. If you haven't met him in person, if you haven't met him on one of his streams, if you haven't like interacted with him in a game, if you haven't seen him on Twitter, where the fuck have you been as part of the VR community?
Yeah.
Right? Buck is like almost a cornerstone in my eyes. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'd never met Buck, and I was at EGX eating a sandwich, and I spotted the
hair.
I spotted the hair, and I was like, "Oh, that's Buck 3131." I mean, I'd never met him before, never really sort of, apart from his Twitter picture, I'd never really seen him, but I knew exactly who he was. So yeah, that you're not a nobody, dude. You're
No,
a big part of the community.
My point is that people need to realise, not just him, and he needs to shut the fuck up about, but I'm a nobody kind of thing. People need to realise, especially the small people, that you don't need to have 1,000 subs. You don't need to have 10,000 or 100,000 to be somebody in the VR community. You just have to be interacting with the VR community.
Exactly.
Like, there are people at this point where, like, what's his face? Who lost his channel? What's his name? I feel really bad.
VR,
Paul, right?
Yeah.
Paul doesn't even have a channel. Like, as it was. Like I think he's streaming on Twitch now. Am I right?
Yeah,
He might
yeah.
he might have moved to Kick as well. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you know, Buck, that's fine, mate. Sorry, I apologize if I got that wrong, but it was. Oh, this is another guy, right? Small streamer.
No,
right.
This is just so wrong.
Look,
This is just
I've
so
got the
wrong.
special fucking edition.
You bastard.
So Doctor. Oh God, I can't even pronounce the fucking name now. Doc Ock
Doc Ock.
is another amazing guy in the community. Which, by the way, like his streams do not get anywhere near as much people in them as they should do. He is hilarious. His streams are insanely entertaining, especially if you like making people eat spicy shit. Because he'll go through a bit every time, and I've watched some truly painful moments with that guy. But this is what he gives out when he goes to conventions and stuff. Is like he's 3D printed like his own supervillain, basically.
And you only get that one when you've met him 3 times.
No, I got that one because he had some different colorings and I stole it straight away. I was like, I'm having the ultra rare. That shit is mine.
Well, next time I see Doc Ock, that'll be the 3rd one. So I get the gold Dr. Oculus.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. But yeah,
EGX, mate, EGX. I'll get it there.
Yeah, no, everyone that can needs to try and make their way to EGX this year. I would love to meet some of you. I'm sure all of us would.
Yeah, definitely. I will be there. I'll be at Gamescom as well. And that's the reason I couldn't get to WASD. So would you like to talk about WASD?
So WASD was it was interesting. Like there was, because it's much smaller than EGX, and I didn't really know what I was expecting because I'd never done any of this. Anything outside of EGX, really, as far as like gaming conventions, it's just never something that I had particularly done. It was a much smaller event, but because it wasn't taking place in somewhere like the Excel, it was taking place in the Truman Brewery. So there were tons of games down there, but most of them were of the indie variety, with a couple of bigger games thrown in, including the System Shock remake and Dead Island 2. So I went and tried both of those. They were really fun. Dead Island 2 would make an amazing VR game. But the remake of System Shock would also, actually thinking about it, would make a fantastic VR game because the amount of interaction that's within the game. But I played a few other bits and bobs. I met a sort of charity organisation, which if Buck can put it in the chat, please, because I've said it so many times. I keep forgetting the name. But they were really cool. I ended up chatting to them for a while. And the Competitive Spirit Special Effects is the name of the charity. Great people.
Are they the one that do games? Game peripherals for disabled kids. Is that the one? Yeah. I met them down at Format last year. Yeah, nice people.
They had a competition on over the weekend. Each day you could win a Nintendo Switch if you got the fastest time on Micro Machines, running on the Switch using their sort of disabled peripheral setups, which, as it turns out, insanely hard. Like I managed to get within of the top speed, or the top finish was like 50 seconds 0.256 or something, and I managed to get 51.120, I think, and that was after me sat there for 40 solid minutes.
Because you're not competitive.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not competitive. But anyway, so there was lots of things there. It was really fun. It was there was plenty of time to play. There was even like Vampire Survivors was there as well, which, if you don't know, like lots of people in the VR community, even when the Steam Deck came out, became absolutely obsessed with that game for a while. There was obviously lots of things being given out. I even got like a squishy garlic that I think my daughter's stolen from them. As far as the VR side of things, though, there were only two areas. One was the PSVR 2, where they had a setup there for 4 different consoles, and it wasn't a walk-on thing, it was a pre-booked thing. Though there was spaces that you could pre-book on the day. They were demoing Tentacular, Switchback, Jurassic World, and another one that I don't
Come on, you can do
remember.
it.
It's what happens when you don't drink alcohol during the podcast.
Yeah, this is. It doesn't lubricate my brain to mouth. C Smash VRS. Thank you, Burke.
Oh yeah, there's a demo out on PSVR 2.
Yes. So
It's coming out in June, I think, this year. June, yeah.
But I sort of went with the Buck idea, which is that I have a PSVR 2 at home. There's only limited spots. I wasn't going to try and take up one of those. Clickster did jump on because he hadn't actually tried a PSVR 2 yet. So he went and played Switchback, and then he went and played... he played Jurassic World. That's the other one he played. Which he had a brilliant time. Turns out while he was playing Switchback, he'd obviously set up his camera equipment to record him while he was playing it, so he could use it for content down the line. One of the guys that was running the booth had one of those squishy garlics and was like floating it around his camera. But he obviously didn't know this until he got home and stuck it in his computer. So that was pretty good. The only other game that was there that was VR, and I cannot. Oh God, I'm so bad at remembering stuff today. I've already done a 12-hour shift, so I apologize.
I'm the guy with dementia. Yeah, I'm surprised that Clickster didn't get a free PSVR 2 because every time he turns up anywhere, he gets a free fucking headset. It happened to Pico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we wound him up so hard about getting mugged that he actually went home on the train, literally like this.
We were just like, yeah, mate, you're gonna have to go and find yourself a bag, like, or I said, it's a pity you didn't bring like an extra jumper to put over it or something. Oh, the poor guy.
Poor guy.
But yeah, so this other game that we got to try, it's currently it's a PC VR only game, and it's being developed by a team of 3, and it's very sort of Myst-esque puzzle solver with sort of sword combat mechanics mixed in. It seems to be very much more towards the puzzle side of things and the combat side of things, which I wasn't a huge fan of. And it was like super early alpha, like super early alpha. But the visuals for it are really good. Like, they are really, really nice. So I'll keep you guys appraised. I'll actually try and remember the damn name of the game. I've got some stickers around here for it somewhere. But that will be coming out in, I think, like Q4 of this year is what I think they said they were aiming for Steam. And then possibly bringing it to sort of more mobile cases later on down the line. But yeah, that will probably be interesting for those of you who like a bit of a sci-fi-esque puzzler with something a bit different to it, because it's not sci-fi in the case of you're running around shooting stuff. It's sci-fi fantasy, I want to say. So yeah, that was interesting, but that was literally it. That was the amount of VR that was there.
Yeah. The
rest of it was just being able to hang out with people like Buck, people like Game on Scorpio, Days Netic, Doc Ock, John Hibbins, Callum Hurley. I think his last name's Hurley. Could be wrong on that one. But Callum's the guy that did the EGX showcase at
the
VR
famous
showcase.
gamer tag. The famous gamer tag. I've had so much coffee, I can't actually see what's going on. Yeah,
and of course, Mr. Gamertag was there. He came and hung out with us for a while before he snuck off and left and didn't come out drinking in the evening, which I was super disappointed about. I did get to see Beardo down there. I saw him very briefly, but he was there with, I think, some other people. So I said a quick hello to him. I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but yeah, it was just being able to hang out with people in the community was the big reason to be there. and it was
Yeah.
100% worthwhile. And I want to get more people down doing things like this. So UK people and
EGX.
European people, we have Gamescom and EGX. So please come with.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, if anyone's interested, there is talk about hiring a castle to go and play VR in. So
We'll just leave that to John Hibbins because he's the only one that can afford it.
no, it's actually reasonable priced, and it wasn't John that suggested it. Like,
All right.
I think for a couple of nights down there, it's like 800 quid. So you get.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
get your money's worth.
Yeah, you get your money's worth. You have to travel to fucking Scotland for it, but
Jeez.
Oh, that's all right for me because I live on the border of Scotland, but I think I'll have to give Indy a lift.
Well, you're going to come and get him, are you? You're going to drive the 6 hours down to then drive the 7.5 back up.
Yeah, make sure you drive because sometimes we have train strikes down here.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, to be fair, when I drove down the last time, it didn't take me that long to get home.
Yeah.
It was the fucking train strike killed me. But when I actually drove my car down for your birthday, it actually only took me like 3 hours and 45 minutes to get home, that's fuck all. And if I'd had the fucking super Porsche mobile, it had been a lot quicker as well.
That's what Bugs just said. Good excuse to get the box for a good run. I'm like,
yeah,
but you'll be poor by the time you finish that run. Like, it's going to cost you a fortune in fuel.
As Buck would know, my Porsche was in the garage at the time and it needed a new exhaust. So that wasn't fucking cheap. Bastards. Anyway, right. So let's move on from WASD and let's talk about Indy's brand new obsession. And it's
masturbation
not
in the dark.
That is not new. That is not new. Or have you been doing it with the lights on because you're too scared?
I usually use lights in the mirror.
It's called Spunk of Tabor. Right, come on, Indy, then, because you've done nothing but stream Ghost of Tabor for the last 2 weeks. I've watched a load of your streams, and it's with most of them with Walking Dead. So, come on, then, give us your thoughts.
Buggy still.
Yeah,
bugs, but when it works, it's great. The thing that gets me the most is whenever it's at this sort of time, they push updates when it's prime time for European people to do streams and stuff, and then it just pushes it to later. But really good fun. I've clocked in over 100 hours on the island.
That's since the wipe.
Since they started the island, I've done over 100 hours. There is a wipe coming on Friday, which will reset, I think, everything pretty much.
This Friday?
Friday coming up, yeah.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's for the Quest 2 users. Walking Dead, you can fill us in the chat.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to butt in here and I have to ask this because this is... Yep. And we're going to talk about wipes specifically.
Wipes,
but this particular wipe, is it going to remove all of the shit that I got for my Founders Edition?
So
everyone's going to lose... did I spend 50 quid on the Founders Edition?
So everyone's going to lose everything, but they're going to give it back to you as a base game. Like, as if you just got the Founders Edition again.
Oh, okay. Carry on. I'm less angry now.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have just wound you up a bit. I can let you go off on a tangent.
Mate, I would have gone off on a proper fucking rant.
Before Indy starts talking about Ghost of Tabor, I bought the Founders Edition as well. And then I pressed buy on Steam and it said, "Oh, you already have this in your library." So I was like, "Oh, I don't, because I've got the playtest." So I deleted the playtest, restarted my PC, went back onto Steam, bought the Founders Edition, downloaded it, didn't think anything of it. I was going to go and play because Indy was streaming. I thought, well, I'll just jump on and then I can tell him that I'm here. And my Founders Edition actually turned up again as the Tabor playtest. So I didn't actually have anything.
Oh, right.
And I had to delete it, restart my PC, re-download it, and then luckily it came back as the Founders Edition. So if you have problems getting your Founders Edition downloaded because you've been involved in the playtest like I have, you need to download it and delete it and re-download it multiple times before it actually turns up as what it should be. which I do have now. So there you go. Right, sorry, Serge.
No, yeah, it's still really fun, and I've had some really good interactions with randoms. The audio thing does ruin
That you didn't kill.
Yeah, I spare people when Walking Dead isn't in my ear going, "Take the shot, Indy." That's what he says to me in my ear. I've got a really good video of him saying that as well. And then that Evil Deeds Part 1 video where we just destroyed everybody. He started that by telling me to take the shot. He will tell you different, but he's the voice in my head. And
the little devil on your shoulder.
yeah. And then it's been really fun, and it's a shame about the audio problem, because it's like I've met people and you could go on a little adventure with them, but when you talk to them, they hear it like a minute and a half later. Yeah. So really, just they need to sort that out, because that's like the biggest selling point of the game is random interactions. Even if you get killed sometimes doing it, it's still bloody hilarious, you know. But overall, buggy and still really good fun.
Yeah,
and
I think it's, Sorry, it's like when I first started playing it, it was. I mean, we started in the very, very early, like the beta stage, wasn't it? It wasn't even the alpha; it was the beta. It was like, and it was you'd spawn into the map and you'd go, yeah, all my backpacks disappeared, all my guns have disappeared, or you'd have that little. You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened so many times. It was so frustrating, but I couldn't stop. I mean, I put 50 hours into the initial beta because it was just when it worked, it was so good. It was exactly what you wanted. It was Escape from Tarkov in VR, and it was just amazing. Even in the silo level, which admittedly isn't like the best level. Yeah, so I can see, you know, obviously from watching all your streams, you still get the bugs, but you just laugh about it. And then you have these amazing interactions. There was one, I think you call it the Death House, which is right on the coast.
House of Death, yeah.
The House of Death, and you and Walking Dead were going towards it, and somebody was shooting at you. And you got to that door, and you basically opened the door and just put your gun around the corner and went, bap, 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 bap. And then you stuck your head round, and you'd like killed these two guys who were like,
properly geared up with silent
they were
scars
like,
and
they
shit.
had like silent scars, and you were like, backpack guns. Let's get to the exfil quickly. And I was killing myself laughing because you were literally running down the beach with a handful of like gear. It was just, it was so much fun, man. I was just like, yeah.
You haven't played the island yet, have you?
No, because of this problem I've had with the playtest, that I actually bought the Founders Edition, but I haven't been able to play it because I've been trying to download the Founders Edition. I keep getting the playtest back again, but it's sorted now.
Yeah.
So I will be on over the weekend.
All right.
No. It's only Monday. Oh no, I'll be on this week sometime. Yeah.
Well, the three of us should team up. We should definitely team up and stream it on this. I don't know, on this channel, or I don't know. We have to talk about that, or just do it on our own channels.
Yeah, I think just stream
I'm
on
up for that.
channels,
I reckon. So I can probably do Thursday. Works for me.
Thursday's good for me. Yeah, Thursday's good for me.
I might not be around Wednesday, Thursday. I have to double check.
Okay, Wednesday, Thursday is the only days I can do, and Wednesday evening I'm meant to be going to a bloody beer festival where I'm not going to drink, so that's gonna.
Oh my god!
Why go to a beer festival when you're not drinking?
I haven't seen people in
That's
ages.
Like going to an orgy and finding out you forgot to take your penis with you.
It really is.
No, I disagree, because I can still have those images in my head when I get home. I can't take the beer with me. I guess it could.
Yes, you can. Okay, right. That's completely fucked up. So, what do you want to talk about next?
I want to talk about. Wipes as a whole before we go on.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had this conversation before, and Mac, you were dead set against the wipes thing. Is that has your mind changed in any way?
No. So the reason we got onto this was because you said that on Escape from Tarkov, they quite regularly do complete wipes.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what's the point? Because the whole idea of a game like that is to like build up your inventory, build up your trader affinity, and If they just keep wiping it, then you basically go back to zero and you've lost everything. I don't understand. I don't understand the mindset behind it. So can somebody please explain it to me?
Well, for this game, they said it's going to be every 6 months, but this wipe is to do with the Quest 2 users, because they couldn't get their founding fathers fucking DLC and all that stuff, so they think they're just going to reset everybody. But it's going to be every 6 months. I've never played a game.
I saw
that
something the other day that was saying 3 months.
3 months. Last I heard was 6. I don't. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So we're not sure between the two of us, which is a little bit worrying. Like, I would like to know a guaranteed this is happening, not happening, and when.
Yeah. I'll have to look into it.
Right. So I don't understand the mentality behind this. This is like playing Gran Turismo for 6 months, and then all of a sudden they just wipe everything, and you have to start again. So you lose all of your top tier gear, you lose all your top tier cars, you lose all your progress. How does that motivate the community?
Do you think? I think just quickly. I think it might be to do with new players as well. When they like
fuck them,
partly.
Fuck them. Fucking hell! What is this? Fucking population 1? Oh, we want to be inclusive, so we're going to change the way we play the game. No, fuck off. I spent fucking $20 million buying a fucking Mazda 727B so I can rip around the old Circuit de Sarthe at 9,000 RPM, and then you're going to just fucking wipe that and take that car away from me? I've spent 20 million credits on.
Let me ask you this, right? So you've spent what? Why did you buy that car?
Oh, it's a historical thing. It's like it's the 727B from Mazda was this crazy rotary engined LMP1 that won Le Mans, and it's in the Golf colours, and I just wanted it.
Right. So there is currently nothing like that in Tabor, right? There's nothing of historical values of the game. There's no like gold weapons or special skins or anything like that.
Yeah.
Other than I think the boss weapons.
Yeah, what's his name? Drek or something? Is Skrek or Scrotum or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, I got killed by him for the first time the other day.
Yeah, he's got a gold SKS with a box mag that can fire full auto. Yeah. I have had it. I actually killed him in the silo once and got it.
But what? Excuse me. What I mean is that your gear doesn't make like you could with just a pistol or even a knife theoretically.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could go round the island and do whatever you want.
You're talking about Fitz, aren't you?
I'm talking about anyone in general with enough skill. You should be able to theoretically go through the island. And tell me I'm wrong here, Indy, because you're sort of our resident Ghost of Tabor expert on this. You should be able to load in with what Indy usually does, which is like the SKS.
Backpack.
Bit of health in a backpack. That's pretty much me, and there's some mags.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you don't need gear. It's not like Zenith or World of Warcraft or something like that, where you need to have the gear in order to do the end game content. So the wipe doesn't prevent you from doing anything that you'd already do. It just prevents you from using that stuff at that exact moment. But what it also does is it creates this cyclical gameplay loop, which, I mean, it obviously works for Tarkov. And the other thing is for those of you who aren't at level 5 on what's the main
trade level?
Yeah, what's the main trader that everyone uses?
Or death. What's
No.
it called?
So there's Minty, and there's that's and the other one is
S,
Marek.
Marek and Merchant of Death. Yeah.
No, Merchant of Death don't make a blind bit of difference because they don't provide you anything at the moment.
Oh, well, it's Marek.
I think it's Marek. I think.
No, I want to say it's Spectre.
Spectre, there you go.
Spectre, right? Yeah. So for those of you who don't already have, or for those of you who do already have level 5 on there, you can go and do the quests in order to get level 5 on all of your different bits. That's fine. But then afterwards, what do you do?
No, I fundamentally disagree with you here because like I was a massive fan of Destiny for a long time. And the whole idea of Destiny was that you that you did the raids, you did the daily challenges, you did the weekly night raids to get armor, to get weapons. That they don't necessarily make you more powerful or a better player. It was just a prestige thing.
Yes,
So
I understand prestige, but in Destiny, as the comparison, there was gear that you were required to have essentially for the end game.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't have that
for the
here.
raids. For the raids, yeah, absolutely. But if every 3 months Destiny reset and you went back to being like a base level player, they would have lost their player base instantly. So like again, going back to the thing that Indy said, where he just like jumps in with his SKS and a couple of magazines. Was it, you called it naked solo runs? I think on your last
solo,
stream?
yeah, naked solo, just going with nothing.
Yeah,
Just grab shit.
naked solo runs. Yeah, so that's fine. Somebody with a pistol if they're skillful enough, they can equally take out a player who's got the full armor, the full heads. They've got the Scar H with the silencer and the big scope. Somebody skilled with the pistol can take them out. That's not the point. The point is, I've worked my ass off to do the challenges to get the trader level up so that I can buy the Scar, so that I can buy the scope, so I can buy the silencer. So when I go out, I'm like, look at me, aren't I great? Even though you can't even see your own body. Well, you can.
And I have a thought in order to mitigate this problem. That thought is to create an achievement system that you can physically represent in the game. I think that if you get to level 5 trader on Spectre, for instance, or Merchant of Death, there should be like a pin badge or something that you
patch
can
or something.
Yeah. And I think that they should start finding more things that you can do that are persistent between wipes. Not necessarily weapons and armor and things, but things that you can say, like skins, like different skins that you can apply to certain weapons. I think that they should have a persistent system for that.
Call of Duty did it really well. So when in Call of Duty, if you got to the top level, you could prestige, which means that you got a badge on your when somebody killed you, they would know, oh, he's prestige. I just killed somebody's prestige. But you would get like a skin for your gun, or you get like a special skin for your soldier. So that when you prestige, because basically when you choose to prestige, you would go back to basic level. You would have the basic guns, you would have the basic everything, but you would have that level where people would know, oh, he's prestige, so he is actually a decent player. So if they did something like that, where you could voluntarily prestige and you got a skin or a special hat.
I completely agree. Like anything, skins, people love skins, man. Like even, and this is what I've said for a while as well, is we need to have dog tags that you can take off of people's bodies.
There's still on the website it still says 0 dog tags taken. They haven't implemented them yet.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's the thing.
They're coming. Yeah, they're coming. They've been there since day one, but they just haven't done it yet. But yeah, that'd be great. Like have a dog tag collection. But yeah, so with this wipe stuff, it doesn't make a difference to me because I'll always just use the SKS, and even the missions for the traders, I set them up and then I'll check them an hour or two later, and most of them are ready to turn in.
All right, it's not all of us are fucking, untouchable on this game. Most of us die in the first 30 seconds.
Well,
fuck up. I was watching your stream and you were like, oh, there's a dude over there, SKS, with open sights from about 150 yards away. Bang. Oh, he's dead. And then you went over and like fucking looted his body. And I was like, that poor bastard didn't even know what happened to him. Because he probably just spawned in and went, all right, how do I reload my gun? How do I do? Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, but then I call Walking Dead a cheater because he uses sights. But yeah, I mean, if obviously, like, I just like the SKS from like other games, and I just get on with it. But for people because it is a fucking grind to get to the point where you get silencers and good scopes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think restarting all of that stuff is, unless they make more levels and up to level 10 or whatever, I don't know, man. It is a bit of a kick in the balls to reset all that stuff.
It is. But the thing is, I don't understand. Like I said, a skilled player with a pistol could kill somebody who was like level 5 Marek Spectre or whatever it was, somebody who's walking around with a, like I say, a Scar H with silencers and full body armor. I mean, you literally stuck your SKS around the door and went bop 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 and killed 2 guys who were like fully kitted up. So it, you know, it
Yeah, well, get fucked. It's basically a wipe for them at that point, isn't it? Because they just lost all their really nice fucking gear.
Yeah, I don't need to level up. I can just take it away.
Exactly. But then why? This is the problem I have. Why wipe out people's trader levels? Why wipe? I mean, I don't mind losing all my guns. Actually, no, I fucking would. Why wipe?
I think cyclical gameplay. It's the cornerstone
No,
of gameplay.
It's not the cornerstone. It's pissing people off like me who have OCD and need to. I had all my guns. I hadn't even listed. I had like World War II German guns, World War II Russian guns, Heckler and Koch. That's the way I operate. And then when I go into my armory and everything's gone, I'm like, it's like somebody's removed my testicles and made me swallow them. Fucking horrible.
Some people would like that.
So how about this then, right? Just I don't think this is the right way to go. But how about this? Before the wipe, you can stick one set of gear into a vault.
No, it's my trader level that I'd be more annoyed about.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Yeah. see that organisation you did, Mac? I don't know the name of 90% of the guns.
Oh, dude,
that something has a point.
That stream where you had the AK and you were like, click. I've got bullets. Click. And I was like, I was screaming, it's the safety, you muppet. And you were going,
yeah, next time type it in the comments, for fuck's sake.
I couldn't because I was actually doing something else. I was fucking shouting at my phone. The wife's looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. She said, what are you going on? I'm said, Serge, he doesn't know how to turn the safety off on an AK. And she's like, well, not a lot of people know how to do that. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. That was really funny.
So, Butter Something did say, if everyone gets to a point where you were getting one shot at 300 meters when you spawn in, do you want to play that game?
Yeah, that's a good point. But that doesn't happen in Tabor, I don't think.
Indy, how many times do you kill fresh spawners, especially when Walking Dead's about?
On my own, not too often. I try and friend them. When Walking Dead's around, between the two of us, 70%. I'd say, but then that goes up to 90 once we walk away and discuss it, and then we turn around.
But it happens in Tarkov.
Yeah,
it happens in Tarkov.
Yeah, and they wipe. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get to. We're not going to come to a consensus on it, which is fine.
No, we aren't.
But in that case, we've spoken about Tabor a lot. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Max
we're not going to agree, so Mac's going to fucking leave.
Oh, there you go.
Max found another bottle of wine. Woo! I would like to point out I haven't actually drank that whole bottle of wine. It was only a little bit left from last night. So
fair enough. Indy, what do you want to talk about next, buddy?
So what else have we got? Done WSD, Gran Turismo 7 update. Did you talk about that, Mac?
Right. Okay.
No,
I'm gonna go, and Mac can.
No.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. So the update. There's 5 new cars. That's fine. There's a Porsche 959, which is one of my dream cars. It's 1.5 million. I'm going to buy it as soon as I got the money. Most of the update was to do with physics, and the flat screen 120 hertz mode, which does not affect VR at all. So unfortunately, that update really didn't have much effect for me. So yeah, as much as I'd love to talk about Gran Turismo 7, the update brought 5 cars and nothing else for VR. So
okay,
thanks for that.
What about?
Well, I could see you were going to leave. I could see you were going to leave, so I was just like, "No, dude, that update really did not affect the PSVR 2 version of Gran Turismo 7, apart from the 5 new cars."
Okay. And have you guys fired up Gambit recently because it's coming out soon. Have you checked out if there's anything updated on the testing that we got, or 'cause that's out on Thursday?
It is, and I'm gonna try and check it out on Wednesday. But because I've like they've reached out to me and they've said, can you check it out? And I think I don't want to be too presumptuous, but obviously the last time they sent us stuff, our feedback was basically don't release this.
Yeah.
But that was with plenty of time before the release. So this time they've either got it or we haven't got time to tell them don't do it. So
remember, they were going to release in November.
I think it was
last year.
December. But yes.
December.
4
Yeah.
months ago.
Oh, it was beginning of December. I mean, I sent that famous email. And to be fair, he responded. And they were like a week away from release, and they delayed.
Yeah,
so
which was a good shout on their part.
Which was a good shout. It was a good shout on their part. So basically, my email, I was trying to be positive because basically you got to remember these are the guys behind Zero Caliber Reloaded and Zero Caliber on the PC. So Zero Caliber Reloaded on Quest 2 is brilliant in co-op. Like get 3 friends together and go and play the co-op. It's absolutely fantastic. It's the most fun you'll have. Like you can maybe blast through the game in 3 or 4 hours with your friends. We did it on stream. It was hilarious. We played with Fire. I played with Indy. I think I played with you as well, Power On.
Yeah.
It was just really good fun. So with Gambit, it's a slightly different idea. You basically go on these raids where you have to collect money. And they've taken this sort of approach where it's all big, colourful characters, lots of swearing. But when we played the alpha, it didn't gel. There was just something missing. It wasn't the gunplay. The gunplay was great. There was just something missing. And we weren't really interested. It was like, I can't see myself playing this. So we kind of talked to the developers and we said, I sent an email that basically said, don't release it. Don't release it because you'll get the same problem you did with Zero Caliber. Fair play to them. They did actually delay the release. So I'm hoping I can jump in tomorrow and give it a go. I'm hoping that it's more Zero Caliber Reloaded now than it was Gambit back when we played it. So you played it, Indy?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. There was nothing to stand out.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah,
that was the problem with it, wasn't it? Yeah.
So
I like drawing dicks on the buildings with the spray cans. That was fun.
What about that penis simulator you were talking about earlier?
It's not penis simulator. It's called genital jousting.
There you go.
There you go. If
Have you got a
you who want to
picture?
see, right? So, I don't think I can. So basically, the picture on there right now is us lot at the Devolver Digital stand, and that is me holding. That is me holding a giant dick in a dress. A giant.
What? You're wearing a dress?
No, I'm not. Click is down there wearing a chicken head though. Touching my giant dong.
Oh, he's wearing his not for broadcast t-shirt as well. Nice. Okay.
Okie dokie then. But yeah, so yeah, that was us touching a giant dick. But yeah, Gambit's out Thursday. I've got not high hopes, but I have hopes. That it's going to be good, and I'm sure at some point over the next week or so we'll jump in and give it another try.
The thing about the developer is they do stick with the game and they listen to what the criticisms, and they do update. Like Zero Caliber Reloaded on Quest 2 was a fucking disaster when it launched. but now it's really good. So yeah, Gambit. Can we talk about breaches?
Yeah.
Can we talk about breaches?
No, we're not allowed. We're under
Who's got
NDA
access?
We're under
somehow.
NDA.
We're the
Yeah.
only people under NDA for breaches as a whole. They just didn't want us to talk about it.
Bastards. It's really fucking good. Right, there you go. That's all I'm going to say. Right, let's go. Move on. I've broken the NDA.
Is that your genuine opinion of breaches?
Yeah, it's good fun.
Okay. I've still yet to play it. Like I just haven't gotten around to it. There's been so much going on that I haven't even gotten to play it. Like I want to because I'm a big Rainbow Six fan. But yeah, maybe I need to plan my week next week and just like a game a day.
Yeah. So there's if you have access, they're doing playtests at the moment. The servers are open, so you can jump into the game, but not get online unless the playtests are open. So it kind of, you can't really do much, but yeah, it's the short time that I've played it. I think this is going to be amazing. This is what we want. This is Rainbow Six on Quest. I think it's going to be pretty good.
I really hope you're right. The thing is, I don't. I think part of the reason why I haven't actually gotten off my arse and sorted it is because it's not on PC yet, as far as I'm aware. It's only on SideQuest, right?
I'm pretty sure you're right.
It's on the main store. It's on the main Oculus store. You can pre-order it right now.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
Is it on the main store? I thought it was App Lab.
I'll check that right now.
No, I just need to check. But I need to check because. Oh God, I can't talk too much about it. But
No, it's on the real. It's on the real Quest store.
Okay, well done to him then.
Yeah,
$22.99 coming out on the 13th.
You can. It's coming out on the 13th, and okay, hold on a second, 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So everyone in the chat knows more than I do about this game.
Okay, so you can pre-order it now. It's coming on April the
13th.
Coming on April the 13th. I have access because I'm lucky and I'm a content creator. And it's.
I don't even have access.
I had access to when it first they did an open thing, didn't they?
Yeah, you had to apply for it.
I played for a little bit. I haven't played it since.
Wolf Raz has just said something really good there. Breaches reminds me of kind of fast onward, forcing people to actually work together and communicate. Yeah, absolutely. That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're in a fire team and you have to breach. You either have to defend or breach. And so you can either camp like fuck, or you can, as the attackers, you've got a multitude. Basically, I hate to say this because it dumbs the game down. It is basically Rainbow Six in VR on Quest 2.
Yeah.
So, you have to kind of take those graphical restrictions into your mind. But when you're actually playing it, it doesn't make any difference at all.
Okay, well, I'm going to just say it now. I'm going to say, sod it. I'm going to pre-order it. And then if anybody fancies on the 13th, we'll do some games. So if anybody wants to play with me, get in touch. I will sort something out. I might even speak to the guys and see whether or not they want to give away some keys. And
right, okay, I'll
smash it out.
Talk to me tomorrow. I'll try and get you access.
I'll tell you what came out as well. Tactical Assault came out finally.
Oh, that was great.
And it's got really good reviews. Like everyone fucking loves it.
I love that game.
And it's changed so much since we played Mac. Like we really should go back in, guys. I can get us all access to
game.
it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think I've still got access. Yeah.
You prefer Steam though, isn't it? If I can get all Steam copies, that'd be better.
Oh yeah,
It?
if I've got option
Yeah.
between Steam and not Steam, I'll take Steam.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'll message him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problems.
And Vertigo 2, has anyone played that? I think Alakazam just mentioned that game.
I haven't had.
I love the
It
first one.
obviously came out the day before I left, and I haven't had a chance to play Vertigo 2.
I've been working so hard on my Gran Turismo 7 video that I haven't actually had a chance to play either. So yeah, I know. Game of the year,
kind of
Alakazam?
What kind of useless content creators are we?
I know.
Too busy making content to actually.
But then when you get content from like Gran Turismo or whatever works in your channel, then you kind of pump out a bit more, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I will switch at some point, At some point I'll switch from fucking I'll start
killing randoms.
I'll start streaming indie games again. It's been dead, to be honest, guys, the indie stuff. There's not much been going on since the PSVR 2 came out. There's stuff I've got lined up, but it's really kind of, it's like the developers have just kind of said, right, the PSVR 2's out. I don't know, it's really weird. I haven't seen a lot come up.
No, it is deathly quiet. The only thing that's been doing really well on my channel at the moment is basically my Gran Turismo stuff.
Yeah.
Because everything else is just like.
Yeah.
But the problem is as well. I know if you had a PS5 indie, you hadn't been convinced to sell it by some wanker. Is that Sony also aren't being very proactive and saying, this is what we've got. We are working on AAA games. They've just, the Resident Evil remake, they've been a bit vague about the VR content. They keep calling it VR content, which worries me. Does that mean it's not going to be the full game? Is it going to be like Mercenaries or something else? Why did they just come out and say, the Resident Evil remake, we're making it in VR, same as we did with Resident Evil Village. Yeah. There you go. It'll be out in the summer sometime.
Because
and then
it gives
people will be like,
plausible deniability, doesn't it?
Yeah, but why would Resident Evil 4 remake not work in VR when Resident Evil Village works so well in VR? And apparently Resident Evil 7, which I've never played, worked really well.
I love that. That was great in the PSVR one. That was really good. And I prefer I prefer the original first couple of Resident Evils where it's more survival, horror, less action, puzzles and atmosphere. But I did really like Resident Evil 7 because it was like one of the best horror games on PSVR 2. Like people used to come around and shit themselves, like they didn't want to open the door and go down the stairs and shit. It was great for me. I torment people, so yeah.
Now for me, Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil game. I like the action. I actually thought Resident Evil 5 was also as good, but apparently, you can shoot Spanish people in Resident Evil 4, but it's not as well received when you're shooting black people in Resident Evil 5 because it's set in Africa. Yeah. So the Ganados in Resident Evil 5 are black, and the Ganados in Resident Evil 4 are white Spanish people. So it's perfectly acceptable to shoot white Spanish people in the head, but not to shoot black Ganados in Resident Evil 5, which is why you never ever hear about Resident Evil 5. I just like to point that out.
Do you remember the Hitman 2, I think it was, they went to a Sikh temple. That was one of the levels and they banned it.
I loved that.
Remember that?
I loved that, yeah.
And they changed it all and stuff.
They did, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was one of my favorite levels. Yeah. Fucking hell. I got a silent assassin on that because you could get into the air vents.
Yeah. Such
there
a shame
will always be sketchy stuff, won't there, that isn't quite feeding with the times. I mean, look at the beginning of Modern Warfare 2. Like, you just walk in as you're the Russians in the airport.
No Russian.
And then you just start mowing down civilians.
Or not.
Okay.
No.
It's your choice.
No, yeah, like it's your fucking choice. You're going to mow down every single person in there. It's just a pity there aren't kids. Like... For realism's sake. I only shot the guards.
I can honestly say that I only shot the guards.
My
That bit where
my
you turn
finger.
up, and there's like you're in front of the metal detectors, and I always remember there's a guy who looked at you and went like this, and like that's obviously the point where you're supposed to start shooting. I never did. I only ever shot at the guys who shot at me.
See, my finger never left the trigger unless I was reloading. That's.
Oh, God. We are a bunch of amoral bastards. Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Next.
Okay,
We want something less controversial.
VR chat going to Android and iOS.
I like good for them, but I don't really care.
Nor do I. But it's all those
Neither
people
do
that
I.
live in VR chat that are, when they're at work, they can jump in quickly and say hi to their friends and their little outfits or whatever they do.
Yeah.
It doesn't interest me at all.
No, me neither. Okay, that's
On to the next one.
Like
I think that's the quickest one.
it's got VR in the name, I guess, but it's not. Yeah.
It should just be called chat, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Digital chat. So I don't know. Like it's coming and that's good for them, and it will increase the amount of people that actually have access to it. But realistically speaking, if you can't enter certain rooms on your quests, you're going to be just as restricted on your phone, right? So it is what it is.
Yeah. What else? Pico have Jurassic Park, Human Anatomy, Paranormal Detective, and Into the Radius.
Into the Radius.
Mac,
wow,
do you have
yeah.
experience of Into the Radius? Will you be playing it again?
No. The reason it's nothing to do it's nothing to do with Pico Into the Radius. It's quite simply the fact that I've played all the way through the game on PC, and then I played all the way through the game on Quest 2. And the Quest 2 version, though it is graphically inferior to the PC version, is just as good in gameplay terms as the PC version. I don't believe the Pico version will bring anything new to the game. It might be a little bit prettier than the Quest 2 version, but I'm not playing through that again because I love Into the Radius, and I have put probably 60 hours into both, like together, 60 hours into the PC and the Quest 2 version. And I do love it. It's a great game. If you have a Pico 4, go and buy it. It's fucking great. If you have a Quest 2, go and buy it. It's fucking great. If you have a PC, go and buy it. If you have a PC with Vive port, it's free. Go and play it. It's a great game. But no, I'm not going to play it. I'm not playing through it on the Pico 4 again. Yeah,
I think I did 10, 12 hours and haven't finished it. And that's where I've left it. But yeah, we'll finish it one day.
It is. It's a really good game. It is. It's like proper jump scares. It's hard, and it is really, really hard. And it kind of gives me that Ghost of Tabor feeling, because you kind of build up your level, and you have to maintain your guns, and you have to like reload all your magazines like physically, and you have to keep care of yourself medically and like with food and stuff. And I kind of love that you can't go out on a raid and stay out for 48 hours because you will die, because you'll starve to death, or you'll run out of health, or you'll get shot, or whatever. So it's a really good game, but I'm not playing it again.
What about you, Shuey? What's your experience?
I have never played Into the Radius.
Oh, really?
It's something that I've wanted to do for ages, and actually, I had planned to do it on stream, and I was just going to do like a consecutive bunch of streams throughout a couple of weeks. And I put it to my community, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's been done to death."
Yeah, well, I did it. I did it twice with the PC and the Quest 2 version.
Yeah, which is like, they're not wrong. Like, there are other things that I could be jumping in on, and I mean, Slow Coach is right as well. What we need is Green Hell.
Green Hell co-op.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'd play the shit out of
amazing.
I haven't touched Green Hell. It's been on my Quest 2 for months and months and months.
That was such a good game. I loved it. I only played it on Quest 2.
I'm just struggling now because if I want to jump on any of my headsets for just a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of an endorphin rush, I don't tend to jump into single player games. I tend to jump into competitive shooter games.
Pavlov.
Yeah, it's either Pavlov or Contractors or something similar, you know. At one point, it was Population One. Like that, those were the games that I was jumping into. Whereas those I can jump into for say half an hour, 40 minutes. If I want to sit down and actually play, like Saints and Sinners, for instance, I need to actually dedicate for this is. I'm not saying you have to. I feel I have to. I have to sit down and dedicate like an
At
hour
least
or two.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least, yeah.
So
Because you need to get absorbed in the story. Because as much as I criticised Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution, it's still a great game. They've reused a lot of assets from the first game. They've kind of prettied it up a bit. But it's still that wonderful mechanic of if you're an experienced Walking Dead Saints and Sinners player and there are loads of zombies coming towards you, and you're not phased because you know you can just do this, you can push them back. I'm just going
you
to
say that. Even though I knew all of this, I really struggled on day one of Retribution.
Oh, really?
Yep. I got in some bad situations, and I very like my video. Just watch the last 2 minutes of it. I very nearly didn't make it out after all of the ball ache. It was crazy times.
So is that because of the bugs, or is it because the game was harder?
No, it was just because the game felt harder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't played 2. Probably one day. One day I will.
You played the original?
Yeah. I enjoyed the original.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
it was really
good. It was really good, yeah.
But there's another game that I think only you've played that's coming out on Quest 2, Eye of the Temple. And you love that game, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, right. So this is a hidden indie gem. So basically it came out in 2021 on PC VR, and it has a problem, right? Because you need a 2 meter by 2 meter play space to play the game properly. Because what you have to do is, it's extremely clever. You have to walk across rollers and sidestep, and walk across a roller and sidestep. But the puzzle will always bring you back to the center of your play space. But you need a 2 meter by 2 meter play space. I mean, I've got one. There it is there. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's CGI. The power of Hollywood. But Eye of the Temple was my game of the year 2021. It is so good, and it has full live integration, so you can do like avatars, you can do like, you can put yourself into the game as Indiana Jones, which I did in my video. The puzzles are really, really clever because it's all, you're in this VR space and you have to think, right, I have to get over there, and that's my route, but I have to move this to put that there. It's like sort of it's kind of like Tomb Raider in VR, and there's like minecart sections, and you have a bullwhip, and if you're playing with Liv, the bullwhip is actually in your hand. It's really great. So you're like fighting off scarab beetles, you're ducking under flames, you're riding minecarts. I don't know how they're going to do it on the Quest, because I had quite a long relationship with the developer, and basically what he said was the whole game is in a box and it's perpetual, and you just move around in that perpetual world, but it's quite big. How they squeezed it onto Quest, I don't know. But if they've done it properly, that is going to be an amazing game. That is going to be an amazing game.
Would you stream it on the Quest 2 if he sent you a key?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I made videos and streamed the whole. I streamed the game from start to finish. It takes about 8 hours. So I did a video. I did a preview video. I did a review video, and then I streamed it, I think 3 or 4 times, and actually finished the game. It's great. It's really good. It's like nothing else you've ever played in VR. And I know that sounds like oh, people just throw that out there, but it genuinely isn't. Yeah, go on my channel, search for Eye of the Temple and watch my review video. You'll see exactly what I mean. If they managed to get that onto Quest 2, that is an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Have you played the Power?
I haven't. No, I was speaking to Buck about it a lot over the weekend.
All right, you've got. Is that Anna Byrne?
That's Buck on there actually.
Oh, that's Buck.
Yeah, because he actually let me know that I think in one of the very early trailers of it, he's actually featured in one of the trailers. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Buck and it was Anna Byrne. If anybody doesn't know who Anna Byrne is, go on YouTube and check her out. She is absolutely incredible. She does these crazy sort of live action videos with like Pistol Whip and a lot of rhythm action games. She did a full remake of a Lady Gaga video in VR. She's great. Go and subscribe to her. And she also did the trailer for Eye of the Temple. It also works. She's quite nice on the eye as well.
I was going to mention that right at the very end. But
God, she's fucking gorgeous.
I was waiting for that.
She is. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh shit! I'm showing everybody my emails. That's not good.
Shit.
No, there's a reason why I'm loading into this because I want to find. Hang on, is there anything else? Oh, we need to talk about Everslot quickly.
Yep, Everslot. What's it called? Everslot Unleashed or something?
Invasion.
There you go. I have no experience with Everslot. I think you guys have. No, Matt does, right?
We played it at EGX on the Quest.
Yeah, I had a blast. I really enjoyed myself.
It's really good. I previously played it on PC. But the Quest 2 version brings in co-op. I played with your mate's name, forgotten his name, South African guy.
Henry.
His name's gone up my head.
His name's Fuck. I'm gonna ring him later and be like, "Oi, fuck!"
I played with Henry Van Lee, and he basically spent most of his time dead on the ground. I had to keep reviving him. Everslot is a crazy fast, just combat game that is. You have to have very, very strong VR legs to play. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Sorry.
So, I know you play them both. What's the difference with PC and Quest version? Is it literally the graphics, or is it something else?
Yeah, it's literally the graphics. It's just that I never played the co-op version on PC, so I don't know whether that's a Quest 2 thing or whether there's going to be cross-play. They never actually told us when we were at the booth in EGX. So, Everslot is. Wow, it's crazy fast combat. It's really, really good fun. I had a blast.
Yeah, I'm just having to see if it is.
What's Shuey doing? Is he trying to hide his email?
I was trying to find something that I want to talk about in a second, but I want to be able to show you the full videos for it.
Oh, okay.
Which I might have to just straight up lay over this, so people have to bear with me a sec.
That's a bit right. So, Indy, anything else you want to talk about?
What else we got? I think the Temple, Everslot into the
how about Pico at GDC? Does anybody know what happened to Pico at GDC?
Yeah.
Okay. You carry on doing what you're doing.
They like the American government basically went, fuck off, fuck you. We don't know actually what we're talking about, but fuck you guys. And then Pico were like, oh, okay, well, guess we're not doing fun things then.
Yeah. Basically, what he said was, so TikTok are currently going through the American justice system because Americans don't like Chinese Chinese don't like Americans. So Pico, unfortunately, being owned by ByteDance, who are the people behind TikTok, kind of got embroiled in this political mishmash, whereas Pico were going to announce at GDC that they were going to sell the Pico 4 in the United States. And then ByteDance went, no, you can't, because we're embroiled in this political conversation with the American government. So Pico were like, we have this great big stand. I think actually Thrillseeker tweeted that he went to Pico and said, oh, what have you got for us? And they went, nothing. And he was like, what? They were like, nothing. And he kind of went, oh, okay, and walked off, and then like tweeted about it. So basically what was going to happen was Pico were going to announce that they were going to sell into the American market at GDC, but the lawyers got in the way. Fuck.
Yeah, which is really ball achy after they already put out a Twitter post being like, hey, cool shit's happening on this date. Come
announcement.
See us.
Woo!
And then crickets.
It's not Pico's fault. I mean, we've had contact with Pico. We know they're nice people.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pico 4 is my main. I'm pointing, but you can't see it. Pico 4 is my main VR headset for PC VR. It's a great headset. It's cheap. Does everything the Quest 2 can do. Maybe it doesn't have the library, but if you're just using it for PC VR, it fucking blows the Quest 2 out of the water. I'm so annoyed that the people in America don't have the chance to try the Pico because of some stupid legal argument, but I'm just a content creator, so. Did you get sorted, by the way, Shui?
Yeah. I'm going to literally just drag and drop the video on here and see what happens, because I want to talk about something that Mr. Buck 3131 took me to go and experience on Friday, because he's wonderful.
Whoa. Before you run the video, is this anything to do with sexual behavior?
It shouldn't have been, but...
How purple was Buck's Mohican?
It was fucking glorious.
Fucking phenomenal.
It was a magenta is not the right term. It was a purple plume of perfection. There you go.
I'm going to actually put that in the comments. Purple plume of perfection. There you go. Right. Run the video. Run VT, as they used to say in the old days.
In the videotape. Right, so if I just drag
We
this
picked up an unidentified
on,
Federation distress signal on this frozen moon just outside Klingon space.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Star Trek.
Yeah, so...
No, I've not got audio.
No,
this is Chief Engineer Ronning of the USS Cousteau.
Oh, this is what you did.
Our mission was to salvage computers from the wrecked Klingon ship and find anything we could about cloaking technology. We thought we came here undetected.
I like how we've got this, like, the little dots
all
over it.
I'm trying to beam you out. Almost got a lock on your position. Hang in there.
Shit! Help!
So where was this?
This video is...
Keep shooting at it. I've almost got you.
I'll let the video finish and I'll talk properly.
You cannot escape the wrath of House 4! Surrender at once!
Oh, shit!
Return what you have stolen, and your death shall be swift! Klingons!
Oh, shit!
We can smell your fear!
Oh, yeah, sorry.
In the name of faith, I shall have my revenge!
Thank you!
But yeah, I'm not going to show the... Unfortunately, I'm not going to show the other one. we get 2 videos as part of this trip.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly click that off, and there's a reason
that was
why.
Discovery. That was
Yeah,
Discovery.
So it's all based on Discovery. The other video, which is really cool, and if we'd have known about it, we'd have put our details in differently. But they also create like a score video with like your face in it and everything, and then it gives all the scores, but it also gives your name right the way across it. And although mine is not exactly my real name, Bucks is definitely his real name, and I don't want to go doxing people on the channel. But
what you mean he's not called Buck3131?
Yeah, I mean that's what's on his license, but he's still trying to have it changed in different places. And so Sandbox VR is a VR experience place in London. They are a franchise, so they are in different places. I think there's another one meant to be opening up north.
When you say north, do you mean Newcastle north or like Liverpool?
I mean, if you don't care, mate, I'll stick the other video on as well.
Excuse me.
But I'll quickly stick that on download. There you go. In case he says yes. But yeah, I'll talk about it first, and then I'll show it afterwards. So yeah, basically it's an amazingly cool looking place for starters, and it's so worth going. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. I think Buck paid, I want to say £45 a head for us to go for a half an hour session, and that gets slightly cheaper the more people you have in your group, and I think you can have up to 6 people as far as I'm aware. But as you saw in the video, we have I think they were B-Haptics X16s that we were wearing, which was really nice. It fitted in well with what was going on. You also have like a gun type thing that obviously is tracked properly, and you've got them on your legs, you've got them on your wrists, and of course they're using Pico Neo 3s, which I was kind of surprised about.
Mac's favourite.
No, they weren't X40s, I don't think, Slow Coach. Not from what Buck was saying, because Buck sort of went down. I think, yeah, X15s, X16s, something like that.
No, he said X50. Yeah, they don't look like X40s from my limited knowledge. I think he said no X15. Yeah.
But yeah, so you have like your gun in one hand, which is your phaser, and in the other hand, we had your tricorder.
Tricorder.
So you were like scanning things all over the place.
Did it make the noise?
I don't remember if it made the noise or not.
Oh, I'd have freaked out if it made the noise.
But
I don't know what a tricorder is. Fuck.
Oh, that's not good.
I watched the Star Trek movies when I was a kid. Like, I don't know which one that was called. Like, I used to watch him back in the day.
I don't know who he is. I sometimes don't know who he is. I love him like a brother, but it's like a gap in his knowledge. It's like he almost.
Yeah, so Walking Dead,
I worry about you, Indy.
The X40 and the X16 look almost identical. But you have to sort of feel where the actuators are to be able to work out whether or not you have the X16 or X40. The X40 is obviously the better one because it has 40 actuators rather than 16. But yeah, so it was really good, enjoyable. It was if you're sort of competitive, then you can obviously try and get the highest scores. I may have got the highest score, but genuinely not by much. This is the thing, like the difference between mine and Buck's score, which we'll see in a minute, is very small. Our accuracy, I think, was identical, which was like 36%, something terrible like that. It did some really interesting things. So you're in the same room and you can move around each other in the same space, and that's really good. And in fact, when you get knocked down, your teammate actually physically has to come and grab you on the shoulder in order to revive you. So it feels pretty awesome. But the best thing that I think it did, and I think Buck will agree with me, is at some point you get teleported to a different part of that main sort of hangar bay. And you saw that we were in 2 separate places. And what it does is it divides up the room, but it feels like you're 10 meters away from each other. And that was amazing. That was a really good feeling because it sort of changed the height of where you are, changed the position of where you are relative to each other. Yet, obviously, in reality, you are right next to each other. So yeah, well worth it. The only thing is, and I felt so bad for this, Buck desperately wanted to do the Star Trek one because of certain haptics that were available to it, and his vest didn't work. Which is kind of brutal if, like, that's the thing, the thing that you're going for. So, yeah, it's not without its bugs. We had to pause the game a couple of times to get a few things sorted, like my headset desynced from the wireless, and we had to pause and have that reset so that I could actually see again, because all I was seeing was a still image. There were several points, if you haven't got VR legs, that you probably would have vomited on the spot. Because like when I don't know if you saw in the video, the ground underneath you like cracks and you fall through. And for like a millisecond, my brain just went, "Oh shit!" As well as my mouth saying, "Oh shit." But yeah, no, it was really good. It was really good. They kept suggesting that we try out a different experience there, called Amber Dawn or something like that. And that looks really good. You're in that when you're a robot. But yeah, so Sandbox, really good place. It feels really high end. It doesn't feel Amber Sky. Thank you, Buck. Yeah, so it feels really high end. The place. You can't actually franchise the place, as Buck pointed out, that unless you have 3 million in the bank.
The hell?
Yeah, you've got to have 3 million in the bank in order to even remotely have a chance of franchising this place.
But then what happens when Tabor does the wipe and you lose your 3 million?
Exactly, Mac. Exactly. It's just unfair to those people that have £3 million.
Clueless Dad just put starring Amber Turd. Oh my god. So the other thing that was really cool at this is they had a robot barman, and I was super excited to use that. So the as soon as we got in there, I was just like, "Yep, we're having cocktails made by the robot." The robot was called Tony, with an I. With an I. Oh, I like it.
Well, the tax suits, do they all look the same then? Because I thought they looked different. Or was it just actuators inside them? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, the X16, the X40, they're basically the same thing. They just have more Yeah.
Oh, damn,
absolutely.
I thought they were different, like the design.
No, I think they look pretty much
more expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, just the actuators.
Right, so Buck's giving me leave to play this one, so I'll play this one quickly as well, because this is the thing. Once you get out of the simulation, they take you upstairs and then they sit you in this like little booth thing and give you like drinks of water and everything in front of a massive screen, and then they play these videos for you, and then they send you a download link, all part and parcel with your payment, which I think is really cool. So this was the other video that we got sent.
Oh, we meant to do it.
Posing. Wonder Twins combined.
Oh, I like it. That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's just this little thing, where they're just like, here's your scores, here's who was playing, and
36%.
Yeah, we were doing shit on the accuracy side of things.
Now Buck's name makes sense.
Yeah, we call ourselves the fail train.
Oh, that was really cool. That was amazing.
But yeah, highly advised. If you get the option to go.
Yeah, pay for
next
that.
time. Well, if we're in London 3GX, if we have a night where nothing as much is going on, let's fucking go for it. Let's go down
Thursday.
there. Yeah,
Thursday.
Yeah. Let's get a bunch of us to go down there. I'll be well up for it.
Yeah.
You got to remember that's going to be booked to fuck. You need to book that early.
You'd be surprised. We booked it on the day.
But
On a Friday night.
You don't think there'll be extra VR wankers involved?
Maybe. But yeah, anyway. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because obviously I've been talking a long time about that. I think that's our list covered, is it not?
That is everything, I think.
Genital joisting?
Genital jousting.
Jousting, yes.
Yeah, it's not a VR game, I don't think.
It should be.
Hang on, I wonder if genital jousting is like Meat Saber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'd be great.
Genital jousting on Steam. It's not a VR game. But oh god, no! My eyes!
It's gone!
What happened?
You need to. Alright, I'm not gonna show this on stream. Everybody now search up genital jousting on Steam and watch the first trailer because it's actually fucking phenomenal. At one point, he sticks a toothbrush in what you can only assume is its anus. Genital jousting D136.
Not genital warts, genital jousting.
Hang on, so it's genital jousting. Yeah, so that's an intriguing look. Oh god!
Yeah, they're sitting at dinner, eating dinner.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Oh, it's actually a thing.
Yeah, no, it's a real
It's actually a thing.
Yeah,
made by Digital Devolver or Devolver Digital. Yeah, no, this is
right. Yeah, okay. I'm out. I'm out.
This is equal parts phenomenal and terrible all at the same time.
Walking Dead's what the fuck did I look that up? I looked it up. I was like, no.
Walking Dead. I'm going to gift it to you on Steam. There you go.
Okay, anybody who's commented on this podcast, you are entered into the competition to win Genital Jousting by Devolver Games.
No, genuinely, 100%. I will buy you Genital Jousting.
We are giving away a free copy of Genital Jousting by Devolver Games to anybody that has commented on this podcast. There.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it live on stream because honestly, I can't be fucked right this very second to go through every single thing because this is a last second thing.
It is going to happen. So, Clueless, but Livid, come on. You can just comment away and you might get
Livid, how can I delete my comments?
Come on, Livid. No, you're going to win it. You're going to win it. Your name is on the list. You're in the wheel of names. Spin to win.
Do you know what? I am going to buy this game for myself. Like, I feel like I might actually stream it.
I was just thinking that.
Buck wants to win it. Buck actually wants to win it.
Streaming it, what do you reckon YouTube? I mean, it's just a bunch of penises, isn't it? And balls. I mean.
Yeah, but some of them have got hats on.
Oh, that's fine then. That's totally fucking fine.
What? You mean
Buck already owns it. Right.
Darcy Brady said it's actually quite cute with his polka dot dress.
How did this...
We've devolved. We've devolved. This is the perfect point that we need to quit out.
It wasn't me for once. It wasn't me for once. It's you.
No, genuinely, like if people are interested in watching me stream it, I will buy it and I will stream that shit for a night. Oh, I just don't know.
One of you fuckers is going to win it because we're going to spin the wheel of names and you're getting it.
You're
whether you want it or not.
With Shuey on his live stream.
Does it have co-op?
Oh, fuck.
That's called docking, Mac. That's called docking.
Online PvP. Online PvP, yeah. slam your knobs together. Shared split screen
What
PvP. Penis versus penis.
Oh no! We need to stream this. We need to get a fucking group together and stream this. That'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my
fuck it,
god,
let's
we're
do
gonna
it.
get demonetized. We're gonna get banned from YouTube. But that sounds fucking incredible. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll organise it.
PvP sword fighting.
Oh,
Right, so we're not doing
my friend
ghosts.
Petro as well.
We're not doing Ghost of the Boar on Thursday. We're doing what are we doing? We penis fighting?
Possibly. We'll see. We will announce. We will discuss. We will reevaluate our lives.
This might be a niche stream we do quite late some of the time.
Yeah.
I'm downloading it already.
You're getting ready for that masturbating in the dark you were talking about earlier.
Well, we've already got the evidence of Shuey holding the big penis, so that's the thumbnail sorted.
Right, yeah, I think let's call it a night, boys. Let's call it a night.
Okay, yeah.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Been fun, guys.
Yeah.
How did
Great way
that
to end the
devolve so quickly?
Fuck.
Yeah, we were
that's
just
just
talking
the way
about it
forward.
before, weren't we? And it just happens. Yeah, cool, everyone. Cheers for
my God.
watching. It's been great. Thanks for everyone getting involved in the chat as well.
Okay, so
As always.
socials, indie socials.
At IndieVR is pretty much that's YouTube, and then Twitter is indie__VR, and yeah, you can just all the links are on my channel basically. So that's pretty much me.
Shuey.
Yeah, do the Power On thing. Power On VR on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. There's a few other ones, but honestly, they don't really matter.
Okay, Mac in VR, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube. 15k subscribers. Cheers, boys and girls.
Nice.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe and all that jazz.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you guys subscribe because we're doing it separately
to
from
him-
our channels now? So yeah.
and to him and everybody else. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
and the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast is what I was talking about.
The
That's what we were
podcast.
talking. That's literally what we were talking about, Mac.
Sorry, I
Jesus
thought I was.
Christ,
I was,
back 15k
I was
subs isn't
promoting-
enough for you.
I was promoting you two. I didn't realize we were talking about the podcast. Sorry, I'll
Right.
shut up now.
Enjoy
All
your
right,
gentle
guys.
jousting, people. Love you and leave you. Bye bye.
See you later, guys.